Oh, what is going on, everybody?
Oh.
It is Pixel Parters here, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Dual Destinies. When we left off, we've gone back into court as Phoenix Wright, this time going on this crazy turnabout case. Apollo's going on his own vengeful thing. We met Simon Blackwell's sister.
Older sister.
Yes.
Who's obsessed with, you know, freaking bullying robots.
Poor guy.
Do you not remember her name?
No, I don't.
At all? Starts with an A.
There was an Ann.
Oh my god, no.
It's
Aura.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Ann?
Whoops.
Wow.
Okay, anyways, the bombing courtroom incident occurred and the trial was put on hold after Candace's arm was murdered. That cursed fellow, he killed my witness. He killed Detective Arm.
He definitely put the kibosh on anyone asking her about what she saw.
Exactly. In other words, the question of who killed the victim in the boarding lounge has once again become the main focus of this trial.
Who stole the cookie from the cookie jar?
It's obvious Prosecutor Blackwell still thinks it was Mr. Starbuck. Fulbright said that Blackwell has a thing against the astronaut.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, the defense argues that there was a third person in the lounge and that's who killed the victim.
Yep. That's what we're going with.
To make such reckless claims in the courtroom takes a bold man, or a stupid one.
What about boldly stupid?
There was no third person in the boarding lounge.
Or stupidly bold.
Have you gone dotty already, old man?
I'm not that old. Yeah.
We'll see who's the dotard once I trounce you with my years of experience, little boy.
Little boy.
In any case, Mr. Starbuck claims he saw someone leaving the lounge.
That's just straight up.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Furthermore, a Space Center
You are him.
employee also saw a suspicious figure at the scene.
They saw a third person.
That they did.
Oh.
That they did. I see my sister has been running her mouth. That's right. I almost forgot that it was Prosecutor Blackwell's sister. I didn't. I just forgot her name. No matter. She didn't see this mystery person's face clearly. Therefore, there's no evidence to indicate that this person was not the defendant. I guess the possibility that the figure was Mr. Starbuck is still there.
Unfortunately.
In brief, we need to determine if a third person was there or not. To this end, we should hear the testimony of one of the first people on the scene.
Director Cosmos, huh?
Very well. Please bring the witness to the stand. What now?
Oh boy, I hope my voice is ready for this.
Ooh.
Why, I believe I've seen you before in the newspapers.
Of course you have, for I am Yuri Cosmos.
God dang it.
Director of the Cosmos Space Center, which was of course named after me, Yuri Cosmos.
That vehicle agrees with the sentiment of the statement.
His face and that blink with the dots when that happened, he's like, bitch.
Yeah.
Don't you have anything you wish to ask me?
Looks like he's all geared up to do some bragging.
7 years ago, I successfully launched the hacked one and...
Oh.
Everyone already knows how brilliant you are. Even now I'm trying to hold back my tears at seeing such a great man standing before me. So could you please proceed directly to your important testimony?
The sarcasm.
And... Ha ha ha! I see this fine young lad has a proper appreciation for greatness. Then allow me to begin my...
Whoa.
epochal testimony that will be recorded in the annals of history.
You know, like an epoch. That speech with Prosecutor Blackwell's just now sounded more to me like he was poking fun at Director Cosmos.
It's probably for the best that he had sailed right over the director's head.
Yeah. Our whoosh.
Yeah.
Now then, Director Cosmos, the condensed version of your illustrious testimony, please.
It's gonna be one of the. It's gonna have like 20 dots, 20 lines of dialogue.
Oh God.
Oh, what you saw at the scene.
Detective Arm and I rushed towards the boarding lounge together.
Okay.
That's the end of my testimony. That's it.
What?
Oh God. Oh, the gas is
I
here.
actually couldn't hear you because I was yawning.
I was like,
That's the end of my testimony.
Oh, because you know when you yawn, you like it blocks your ears for a little bit.
Yeah.
So you're just like, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
We went via the control room and peeked into where we saw what was going on inside. We saw a figure standing inside the middle of the lounge and Taryn lying on the floor. I hate to say it, but I can only imagine the standing figure must have been Starbuck.
You can only imagine, huh?
I can only imagine.
That it must be Starbuck.
I see. So you in your testimony, you claim you arrived on the scene after the two had escaped from the launch pad to the lounge, and just after the victim had been killed.
Oh, the horror, the humanity, but what I said is what I saw. And what I saw is what I said. Mr. Cosmos means it 100%.
All right, Horton, here's the who.
Courageous action to take in the face of such terrifying explosions, wouldn't you say? To save my men, I went personally into the epicenter of danger. Risking my own life for theirs. Ha 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 ha.
Well, what do you know? Sounds like the director really cares about his men. He's still laughing.
Yeah, although it sounds more like he was scared and just had a peek from far away.
Just look around the corner.
Is the defense ready to cross-examine the witness?
Sure, I mean, yes, Your Honor.
What was that?
Nothing. Director Cosmos' testimony is pretty vague. I'm going to have to press him and draw out more information before I can do anything else. Okay. That means more talking. God damn it.
Sorry. Hey, you're the one who decided to give him that voice.
What else am I going to get? Oh, Detective Arm and I rushed towards the boarding lounge together.
No. Wait, who was that you gave that voice to?
I have no idea.
It was someone, remember?
Maybe. I always just think of Whitey from 8 Crazy Nights. But, anyways, you rushed towards the boarding lounge.
Or did you? Oh, did you not? You didn't give anyone that voice yet.
I might not have. I don't know. Everyone let me know in the comments
you do it
below
at
if I've
home
used
all
that.
the time. I can't remember if you used
I
it in the
do.
video or
I
just
have
in
no
daily
idea.
life.
It's hard to find someone goofy enough to get that voice.
I'm sure
Where are
you'll
you
find
coming
him.
from?
Find him someday.
The 6th floor, we were making sure any stragglers made their way to the 4th floor. It was when we heard about Starbuck and Terran and heard to the 3rd floor lounge. On my galactic scooter here, of course.
Oh my god.
Why do you keep calling it galactic? Does it have something to do with space?
Of course. It's specifically designed to be used on galactic battleships.
But those aren't a thing.
I see. Then I take it works in 0G2?
Sadly, no. With the current state of technology as it is, I'm afraid it would just float about and be galactically useless.
Galactically.
Well, that's a galactic bummer.
Jesus.
I see. So you rushed to the boarding lounge on your space-age pogo stick.
My god.
And you got to the scene. What did you see? More space-age pogo sticks.
Alright, everyone peeked in there to see what was going on inside. And what did you see? Let's see. According to this diagram, you'd have to go through the control room to get to the boarding lounge 1. Looks like you could have gone there from the southern corridor as well.
Yes, but in a haste, Detective Arm rushed ahead of me towards the control room. All I could do was merely follow behind her.
I see.
So he peeked into the boarding lounge from the control room door and...
Okay. Stop figure stand in the floor. Okay.
He talks like as if Detective Wright was an old man. That's basically the voice.
Oops. Oh god,
Am I
gas
wrong?
of pizza. No, you're not wrong. So you couldn't see who that figure was clearly, or what they were doing?
Clearly.
Sadly, the only thing I could tell was that it was a person standing motionless.
The defendant no doubt staring aghast at his deed. What other explanation is there? I'm so close, but without evidence, I can't prove that person's the third party.
Aghast. What is this? And another?
I don't relish in this.
Get it? No,
I
no,
get it.
You didn't respond at all.
Well, sorry, I had just started reading the line, so...
Last time I make a joke.
No!
I hate to say it, but I can only imagine the standing figure must have been Starbuck.
But why? Why would you say that? Would you say any of that? Or Black Hole also saw a suspicious figure in the lounge, but she gave the statement that it was too dark to see the person's face clearly. Did you see the figure's face clearly?
Did you?
No, not clearly. The light they were holding illuminated the area around their feet at the time. But other than that, I could see the lens. That's why I could see Terran, but I couldn't see who the other person was.
So for all you know, it might not have been Mr. Starbuck, isn't that correct?
I would like to believe that. Starbuck isn't the type of man who's capable of murder.
But he did it. When the witnesses entered the boarding lounge, there was no third person there. Isn't that correct, Great Space Center Director? Really?
Yes, that's right. Only Starbuck and Taryn were there by that time. Also, keep calling me that. God, yes. After he peeked in, the lounge suddenly went dark, and the figure vanished.
You mean they disappeared? That's odd.
Yeah.
The reason the figure disappeared to vanish is because it was the defendant. When the witnesses weren't looking, he fell to the floor and feigned unconsciousness.
That's a bit much.
Hold on. Dr. Cosmos, did you ever take your eyes off of the scene?
Just for a brief instant, about as long as it takes for a shooting star to go by.
If you took your eyes off the scene, then this third person could have escaped during that time.
But what escape route could this person have used?
The direction opposite the control room, the southern door to the elevators.
Yeah.
There's no security lock on that door, so it would have been possible to escape that way. All things are possible, right, Dono? The real question is, do you have any proof? Well...
We don't know have proof.
If we're just talking possibilities, we could each profess whatever we'd like. An inmate who used to be a university professor and lunar researcher used to say that there's a kingdom of little green men who live under the surface of the moon. As long as they don't punish us in the name of the said moon for what we've done to it. But I say, where's your proof that this quaint kingdom exists?
He's calling your theory a work of fiction, boss.
And he's right, I don't have any proof yet. Still, the southern door was a possible escape route. I better make a mental note of that.
Mental note made.
Dr. Cosmos, may I ask you a question?
You already did.
Where's Wanda? Anyways, what did you look away from the boarding lounge?
Where's Wanda? What?
Cosmo and Wanda?
Oh.
Hey, that's a dumb joke.
Haha, there's actually another tale of bravery behind the answer to that. It was when Detective Arms saw the figure and raised her gun. Being a great humanitarian and protector of mankind, I tried to stop her.
What? You're saying Detective Arm raised her gun as soon as she saw the figure?
I imagine instinct says the detective told her they were the killer.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
And you were able to prevent Detective Arm from firing a gun.
I'm afraid I was too late. I was unable to stop her. She identified herself clearly and then she fired 2 warning shots at the shadowy figure.
This information about Detective Arm's action sounds critically important. Please add it to your testimony.
Fired 2 warning shots at the figure.
Okay.
Okay, so that's where we get our info. So, I mean, we found 1 bullet, but it doesn't even match like a regular
caliber
bullet. So, purple letter, that doesn't matter. So the bullet hole, single bullet hole. Well, that was the one found in the window that's opposite of where they should have been shooting. Granted, there were warning shots actually, so. But there was only 1 bullet there. A single bullet hole. So, let's go ahead and press it quick. And neither of these 2 shots hit the culprit?
That is correct. The defendant appears to have missed on purpose.
Detective.
The defendant.
But did she really? There's something about this that bothers me. So Detective Arm fired 2 warning shots, did she? That's the first time that info has come out. Wonder if I can find any inconsistencies? Alright, well, okay. Didn't get anything extra on that, so it's just down to the evidence here. Alright.
Maybe the inconsistency is him saying that it was 2 when there's just
That's
1.
something. I'm checking through the other things, but that's pretty sure that's what we're getting at here.
Yeah.
Is that there's the 1 shot in the window.
But he said that like she didn't hit the person, which means that if there were 2 warning shots, there would be 2 bullet holes.
Yeah. The question is it going to be the bullet hole or is it going to be
the bullet?
The bullet. I'd say probably the bullet hole.
I'd say the bullet
first,
hole, yeah.
because the bullet's it's specifically dinky as hell. There we go. Bap. Are you sure you were really paying attention to what Detective Arm was doing?
Oh God.
You doubt my words, but I will someday be written down in history books.
Is he revving a segue?
Yes, he was. My God.
Wow.
Somehow, I don't think that those exact words will have to be written down in any history books.
Mr. Wright, could you please explain yourself so that we can all understand?
Yeah, sure. You said Detective Arm fired 2 warning shots. And yet only one bullet hole was ever found at the scene.
Yep.
What? Only one bullet hole means the gun was only fired once. And yet Director Cosmos is saying Detective Arm fired 2 shots. No editor would allow such a glaring contradiction into a history book.
What are you objecting to?
Unfortunately for you, Donus's words are true. We confirm that 2 shots were fired from Detective Arm's gun. But there was only one bullet hole at the scene. Where did the other bullet hole vanish to?
In the person.
Yes. Wait. What if she shot him once and she was like, oh my god, I just killed a man. And so to hide it,
She stabbed him?
she stabbed him because that would kind of, well, you'd think if they did an autopsy, they'd find a bullet hole in there.
Yeah. They would have.
But where else would it go? The only other target that would be like
Also,
it would be a person.
would that suit... Would a bullet go through that suit?
They did make a part about the weaknesses and strengths of the suit. So
And how the only reason why he was able to get stabbed was because, Starbuck knows how the suits work and where a weakness might have been in the suit and blah, blah, blah.
What if there was a weakness in the suit because there was a gunshot?
But then you're saying someone stabbed him.
But the point is that no, they stabbed him afterwards to try and hide the bullet wound.
I know,
and make
but
it be like,
how
oh, it's a stab.
would it not stop a bullet is what I'm saying.
I don't know. Just one of my wild theories here. Anyways, where did the other bullet hole
Can you
vanish
ever
to?
go one day without a wild theory?
No, it's what they know me for doing something outlandish. Phoenix is the murderer if it's not Apollo. The 2 murderers are either going to be Candace Arm herself or Apollo Justice himself.
You said Phoenix is the murderer if it's not
I did the
Apollo.
first time for some reason. I don't know why.
You said
That's-
Phoenix is the murderer if it's not Apollo. Why?
I'm gonna move on.
You need to stop talking. Yes, do that.
They've sicked the hawk on me to shut me up.
You're so cute.
You should know the answer to that already. I should? During the previous trial, a certain oxygen tank was presented as evidence. We've already discussed that it was ruptured in the lounge, have we not? Oh, that makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
That could have been shot too. Well, it appears that the thing had ruptured. The thing that had ruptured it was a bullet. A bullet that was found near the tank, to be precise.
See, if we had just kept going, all that wouldn't have been spoken
This bullet
of.
was fired from a .38 caliber gun, the same caliber as the detective's gun. What? My soul left my body.
You sounded like Apollo.
Listen, it's memory of having to do him for 60 parts last
But
time.
you're not Apollo right now.
It's difficult, okay? Rifling marks also match up.
Go back to the Phoenix and Maya days.
It's
Forever
hard, man.
ago, last year.
There's no question that the bullet was fired from Detective Arm's gun. Got it.
Rifling marks. They're like a gun's fingerprint on a bullet, correct?
God, I've heard that like 20 times
For
now.
real.
And examining the rifling marks on the bullet can tell us the gun it was fired from.
One of the bullets the detective fired found its way into the holographic image display. The other bullet came to a stop near the victim's oxygen tank. The evidence confirms the director's statement that the detective fired 2 shots. My beautiful contradiction. Gone. All gone. Dust in the wind. Poof.
So that bullet hole was from a .38 caliber, huh? Better update the record.
Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. But what about the tiny one?
Very good. Now we know the fate of both the shots of the defective. Very good. Now we know the fate of both of the shots Detective Arm fired.
There we go.
Mr. Wright, does that clear up all of your questions?
Detective Arm fired 2 warning shots, one hitting the holographic display and the other hitting the oxygen tank. Does that really clear up everything about what happened at the scene?
No, because
it
we
doesn't.
have a tiny bullet.
Yes, we got a baby bullet. It gave birth to a bullet when the bullet was fired.
This gun had a child.
No, Your Honor, it doesn't. Detective Arm fired 2 warning shots. I know what you're doing over there. Stop it, please. From a .38 caliber gun. But that doesn't explain the existence of a certain piece of evidence found at the scene. A piece that points to the existence of a third person. Oh?
Very well, but it won't do to keep us waiting, Mr. Wright. What piece of evidence suggests the possibility of a third person at the scene?
A knife!
No!
No, that's not it. A tiny little bullet.
It's like when I'm just gonna say, just speaking my mind here. When Phoenix said a piece, like first, like all dramatically, and then a pause, I'm just like, oh, cake. I want cake. I'm hungry.
Dude, I love cake. My God.
That's just what.
Give me cookie cake or give me death.
That's what happened in my head. Just so you should know.
You're fine.
What is this metal pellet supposed to be?
Just a little something of great importance we found at the crime scene, Your Honor.
It's called a bullet.
You found it where?
His face.
In a floor gutter at the crime scene. Looks like the police and prosecution both missed it. Furthermore, this is a 10 caliber bullet, making it much smaller than one of Detective Arm's 38 calibers.
Then that means...
Exactly. One more person must have been there in the lounge.
Yep.
A third person with a gun that could fire 10 caliber bullets.
A baby gun. Wow. Okay.
Why would you be upset about that, boy?
Yeah.
Unless you're guilty.
What if he's the one that fired it?
And if that's true, explains why Detective Arm fired warning shots. This third person fired at Detective Arm and Director Cosmos with their gun. And in return, the detective fired her warning shots. Isn't that how it really went down, Director Cosmos?
Ha ha ha! It looks like you've deduced my miraculous tale of survival. Yes, you're absolutely correct. The mystery person fired upon us. Glow, glow.
Well, what's this now?
Yeah.
But that doesn't make sense because you would have to come from the other door. Because the bullet's on the other side of the
Well,
room.
let's just keep going.
What? You never breathed a word of this to me before.
Ha ha! Well, all my great men have a secret or two, don't you know?
Foolish old geezer. So Director Cosmos really has been hiding the presence of a third person all along? Director Cosmos, I want you to testify to the court about what you really saw.
You may be a very great man, but in my courtroom, you're just another witness. Get in line. You receive special treatment here. Now, please give accurate testimony. Everyone always lies.
Why can't we have one person tell the fucking truth up here, okay?
Right. Well, then it wouldn't be a mystery solving game.
Yeah.
Detective Arm and I rushed into the control room together. In the lounge, we saw a figure standing in the middle of the room and turn on the floor. We were still in the control room to the east when the figure fired at us. Glow!
And there's the contradiction.
Given that there was no third person in the lounge when the witness entered it, does this mean the person who fired the gun had to have been the defendant?
Not necessarily. It's still possible that it was someone else. Most likely, as soon as Detective Arm and Director Cosmos discovered this person, they escaped through the southern door, the one that didn't have a security lock.
Yeah, why are you saying there was a contradiction?
Well, because, it's gone now, but I'll show you when we pull the map back up at some point. Double-edged swords are a tricky lot. Mishandle one and it's you who was cut down. Huh? Your reasoning could apply if Spaceboy were the killer as well. Think about it. After being discovered, he could have fired the 10 caliber gun. Detective Arm would have responded by firing 2 warning shots. All I had to do was feign unconsciousness, to invent the possibility of a third person. But Mr. Starbuck didn't have a gun in his possession when he was found by police.
Yeah.
Nor has a gun been found at the crime scene.
Yeah.
Its absence can only be explained if there's a third party who took it with them. Recall the existence of a trash chute in the boarding lounge. The defendant could have simply thrown the gun down the chute.
Well, then let's go check.
But you can't deny the possibility of a third person leaving with a weapon. It's up to you to prove that possibility. And I trust you haven't forgotten my little piece of decisive evidence. What evidence?
Yeah.
Why the detonator switch that was found in Mr. Starbuck's pocket, naturally. The most compelling evidence of all that tells us he is the culprit. Yeah, I did forget about that. Look, your baldness. How deliciously obvious.
Decidedly obvious.
I didn't expect the word deliciously to come up there, so my brain was like, it's gotta be something else.
True.
How deliciously obvious is it that they lack the evidence to rival mine?
Wow, he sliced our third-person theory to ribbons and served it to us just like that.
Yes, well, I have a question of my own, actually. That bullet in the mysterious figure shot, what did it hit exactly?
It hit me.
So that means you're a ghost?
I was wondering when you would
Wow.
realize that your baldness.
He is a ghost.
Dr. Cosmos is an authentic, bona fide ghost. He can even pass through walls. I'm kidding, you fucking idiot.
Prosecutor Blackwell, shame on you for teasing the nice old gentleman.
Your baldness, it was all in jest. Please show yourself again.
Are you sure? In that case, how did you manage to survive being shot at Director Cosmos?
Ha ha ha! I'm glad you asked. It was a miracle.
For some reason, I thought that Blackwell, instead of going along with the ghost thing, I thought he was gonna call him, like, legitimately reveal him to be like an android or something.
That would be amazing.
It
It was a
would.
miracle. I make up befitting a great history-making figure such as myself.
Like full-on alien style, like, just, okay.
The bullet in my glorious Medal of Honor whereby it ricocheted, thus saving my life.
Synthetic.
What?
Everyone's like, oh,
Holy shit, he's a fucking miracle.
I can't believe
okay, calm down, everyone. That's unbelievable.
I have to check this out. Oh, wow. Look at that. There's one extra Gaiaxa star.
The odds are literally astronomical. I guess it really was a miracle.
It's beginning to really feel like the cosmos is watching out for Director Cosmos.
Why did you conceal this information, Director Cosmos?
A great man such as myself has to hide things on occasion, no matter how much it hurts. It is the plight of the truly great. It may be hard for this generation to understand.
I don't know, but it sounds fishy to me. What else is he hiding?
Let's just cross-examine him and see what we can find out.
Now then, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
Okay.
How many times have I said that phrase?
Way too many. All right, so the contradiction lies right here.
I want a compilation of me saying that line as a judge from the very first case we've ever done ever
For real.
till now, and just
Oh,
see
man.
how his voice has evolved, if at all, over time.
2 hours later. All right, so the contradiction here that I'm pretty sure is that they were saying that they were in the east when he tried to fire at them. All right, onto the small screen. Do we have the pamphlet? Yes, this is very important here. So, Grant doesn't show the great. So they were saying that they were up at the east of the control room, which is in the back end of the room over there.
Yes.
Which is where they were fired at. But we found the bullet in the bottom left-hand corner of the room in the grate by the trash chute.
Yeah, you're right.
So they were in the other side of the room. That's my assumption. I saved. Run with it. I fucked it up. Well,
Oof.
okay. Let me try that again. Okay.
Our bar got shot instead.
So, is there another thing that shows like the room's diagram? Probably not. Probably not. What about this? Well, that also helps. A fire.
Did you not present the bullet?
No, I presented the room because of how
Why'd
it's
you
built.
present
But
the map?
well, I didn't. I thought I was gonna present the room that would show the where. But this
No.
states this was found at the south wall of the boarding lounge.
Yes.
Boom. There we go. I didn't know it
Wow.
stated that. You're wrong.
You have to read.
I don't read.
I don't read. Proceeds to read out loud.
We've been reading out loud for like 200 days. It's been more than that, actually.
I was gonna
think
say
it's been
more than
about,
that.
I think it's been almost 300 days now.
We've done almost like
We're
a
getting
year's
close.
worth
We're getting close to a year.
in
getting
days
close.
of playing. Phoenix
Anyway,
Wright.
oh gosh, I hit your knee when I
You
brought my hand
did,
down.
I'm
Sorry.
fine.
Dr. Cosmos, I believe you're telling this great court a glorious lie.
A great man like me tell a lie? Have you ever heard of such a thing in all of history?
Yes.
My accusation is based on the positions of the people who were in the lounge. According to your testimony,
Oh my god! What is with people and loud engines today?
that's just where we
Tonight,
live.
we live at a four-way stop
It
sign
happens
intersection.
all the time. You and Detective Arm were near the control room door. and the mystery figure was standing in the middle of the boarding lounge. If, as you say, the figure fired a gun at you from this position, then the bullet would have traveled in this direction. Thunk.
One direction.
However, we found a 10 caliber bullet here.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, really? That's all you gotta say?
Yeah.
This trajectory and where the bullet was actually found contradict each other. Director Cosmos, where were you really when you were being shot at?
God! Oh my God, it's gone out of control.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the human merry-go-round.
Oh my God.
What do you got for me, dog? Don't tell me you've forgotten already. Didn't the witness himself just tell you? The bolt hit his metal. Of this, there's no mistake.
What does that have to do with it?
But in that case, the bullet should have been found near the east side of the room.
Yeah.
Are you trying to say you can explain this inconsistency? Of course.
What?
I didn't think so. What?
Is he
What?
gonna say it ricocheted?
Well, they said that it ricocheted, but I guess they're going to say it ricocheted all
Across
around the room back to where it started. You know what? I can't wait to hear this explanation next time.
Oh, God.
This is going to be a doozy, a barn burner.
Even Phoenix is like, wait.
He was like, I think, wait, what?